I'm sure you've been waiting. We're back to Knights of the Old Republic, my favorite game, my favorite RPG. So we're here, at the last apartment complex, at the last really place we can be at. Did I say at some point that there are no children in the game? Models? There were, clearly. But this is the only place left we can go on the upper terrace, so it clearly must be here that we'll just find Sith uniforms lying around. How will we find them? Will we just stumble across them in somebody's locket, cage, lockbox? Footlocker, that's the term they're using. Will we just so happen to stumble up across an isolated Sith patrol? Who's to say that we're gonna kill? Who's to say? I'm certainly not, right? So let's see our options here.
Right.
Cart the goody two-shoes is gonna open the door for us.
What?
Because he can and I cannot. Largo, look at him. He's ready to go with a gun in his hand. Of course, he's got a quest. I think there's a price on his head, and the first thing he does is says, if you talk to him, he says, "Don't hurt me. Here's the money I owe you, Mr. Cartel." And you go, "Yeah." Well, I'd go, "Yeah, whatever. Sure, give it to me." Because it's his fault after all. You should know who you owe money to and who you don't owe money to. That's why, and that's how you don't get ripped off by anyone who just stumble across you. If anyone on the street bumps against you, saying, well, not saying anything, just bumps against you, and you take it as an expression of violence due to trying to, well, as an expression of violence and maybe an attempt of extort money from you for the debts and something. I had a part of the sentence in my mind, but as the longer you speak, the more you forget. So that, if you take it as, if you're in a mental state of expecting everyone to jump you just to get the money, maybe that was it, you might screw yourself over. So yeah, there's that. Oh look, an isolated Sith trooper. What do you think that can end up in? I fixed the journal, but I think in the second game, when you use a med pack, you can use it out of queue in the menu, but I'm checking how many I've got, so I can just heal myself a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Because combat. And we're still going around with blasters.
Yes?
No, I'm gonna be the one talking, so that's not the
Move
difference.
along. There's nothing to see here. Where did you hide those Sith uniforms? Did you sell them to the Teresian underground? Start talking. I want answers.
Please, I'm only a visitor to Taris, trapped here by your quarantine. I know nothing about Tarisian Underground or your missing Sith uniforms. I know what they're talking about. They're talking about missing uniforms. That's fucking silly to ask. More interesting, and really the only other option is, what's going on in there? What's going on in there?
You're a little too curious for your own good, civilian. This doesn't concern you.
I know all about Sith interrogations. This isn't going to end well.
I'm getting sick of your lies, you alien.
We need to keep low profile too, Koth. And that's true, it doesn't really concern us, but Sith uniforms. Tell us about it, yes. Let me help you clean those stains this time. Maybe that'll be a way of getting the uniforms. No, it won't be. So, do we defend the alien? We don't do that. We don't involve ourselves into it. Maybe we defend the alien. I don't want to get involved in this.
This is your last chance. Where did you hide those uniforms you stole?
I swear I don't know anything. I don't know what you mean. I'm just... No. Let's skip that because he's gonna keep on talking.
I know those uniforms are in here somewhere.
Also, what bloodstains? This is laser weaponry. It's like, you know, cauterizes the wound right away. There's 3 Sith in there. Now, I'm not really sure how it works, because I maybe never actually got into the third part. because you can defend the alien and get the uniforms one way or the other. You can walk inside and interrupt their investigation, so they'll take it as a as a violation, and they'll attack you, and you'll kill them, and you'll get their uniforms. Or maybe, just maybe, there's a way for you to just wait them out, wait for them to leave, and then search the room and get that aliens' Sith uniforms. It's either or, really, as long as we get ours. Maybe we can do it unviolently, or I don't know if we get to, well, we miss out on, I don't really know if there's a third option. Maybe I'll just look it up, so I know what I'm role-playing, right? I know my options, that's very important. But then again, that may be unrealistic. This family is nobody. It's this is Rey Skywalker. It's not Skywalker, this is Rey. She's a nobody, with her family of nobodies, who just so happen to be children of Palpatine. They're nobodies because they're called man, woman, and a child. And talking about Star Wars, we'll get to it right back when I decide what options I've got when it comes to that uniform. Right, hey, now I'm back. If you're hearing weird screeching, it's because something in my computer got loose. Actually, I don't know. And there is actually a third option. So yeah, it is true that if you walk into that room looking for this shit, they'll attack you, because, you know, the dialogue options you get really just lead to confrontation. And that's an option. But there is a third option that I actually never really, I think, investigated. Let's try it out for my curiosity's sake as well as yours, maybe. So anyway, talking about Rey and Skywalkers and Palpatines, which way is out? South, that'll be this. The deal is, hold on. Alright, I didn't explore that part, it's fine. The deal is, first off, keeping up with my theme of this game being HD now, at least for me, and at least for you watching it, I also downloaded HD videos, like movie cutscenes for the game. So now there's already a few that you might have experienced that were of terrible quality, but now you have something to compare them against, and this should be better now. And which way is which way is Cantina? There it is. So yeah, we've got higher quality Bing videos now in the game. And with splash screens it already worked better, but also I didn't see a splash screen of Brotherhood of Shadows, Solomon's Revenge, so I hope that didn't broke it. But the third option is actually to talk to someone in Cantina, instead of trying to get ourselves into combat problems. I don't know what gives more experience, because I never really just counted it. But gotta check it out. There should be drinking Sith somewhere around here. And one of them should be a woman that you can sort of flirt with. Well, let's poke around. I didn't really ask, I just wanted to select you. Alright, it's maybe her. Let's try her. Maybe it's actually her and not the young noble youth.
Where did you get those clothes? A trash compactor in the lower city?
Yeah, shit. That's the dialogue I didn't want to get into. So you experienced that discussion, but you're not gonna experience the rest of the quest. Oh, the Order. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Careful what you say. I get the feeling this spoiled brat could cause us more trouble than she's worth.
Why is the help here so incompetent? One word from Daddy and I could get you fired.
Shut up, you spoiled brat.
How dare you speak to me like that? Daddy's going to hear about this.
Yeah, I don't care. And we're not gonna get that situation, because we're gonna just travel back in time to maybe talk to that noble youth. No, it can't be her now, noble youth. Is it also gone with the option? Because I already seen those dudes. I don't really know either. Wow. Are we gonna end up in the trouble? Because, you know, usually when you explore, you get to Cantina first, because that's first on the map. So there you have that, and then all you get to do is...
You aren't from Terrace, are you? Nice outfit.
you get to Cantina first, so you exhaust? Yeah, exhaust all the options in the Cantina. Then you learn about the Terrace and the lower city and how you need the uniform, and then you go over to the other side and get into trouble with those Sith, so that might automatically revoke your ability to deal with this problem. Let's talk with Jurgen.
No hard feelings, my good man, but I can't really talk with you right now. It's difficult enough to draw the interest of the ladies in this establishment as it is. Surely you understand what I'm talking about. I'd guess you've experienced many lonely evenings, something I'm hoping to avoid tonight.
Well, he's not our ticket to that solution either, I guess. Well, keep looking. Once I find it, I'll let you know. I guess that option really was off the table, but it's fine, it's fine. I guess it will fit well with all the roleplay we're having here, where our character and I didn't really know about it and didn't really want to talk to strangers to learn that they're Sith and want to join their party and find them drunk later on and scavenge their uniforms later on off of them. From the very beginning I was thinking about, even when I got the game, I guess, first time, I was thinking about murdering those Sith patrol units on the streets, because that would be easier than doing anything else. So I guess murder it is then. Back to confrontation. Hello.
Anyone, civilian? Do you have any information about the missing Sith uniforms? Make it quick.
Uniforms? What are you talking about?
You're awfully curious about this. Maybe a little too curious. I think you know more about those missing uniforms than you're saying.
Well, since I'm curious, I clearly don't know anything about those uniforms. If I wanted uniforms, I'd just kill you and take yours.
A threat? I knew you were a spy.
Sure you did. That's what you can keep telling yourself. But yeah, going back to the matter at hand of movies, when we have a little combat break. We're the movies said, well, the movies didn't say anything, because they're movies, right? That's absolutely not what I'm going at. The point is, Cart, you're gonna have to move. The point is, in the last movie, in case you don't know that yet, and are worried about spoilers, we meet Palpatine again. And what they do is, you know, from what it looks like in the movies, it looks like he survived the explosion of Death Star 2 and got flung across space, across the universe, the galaxy, with the chunk of it onto a different planet, and there he survived and lived off of I don't know what. Nobody knows, and that's the problem. People decided it's a big issue and it's pretty dumb. So what did they do? They did what Star Wars franchise pretty much does every time there's something shitty going on, which is they just released a book. And I'm aware of that since my pal told me about novelization of the first episode, The Phantom Menace, where it goes into more detail about pretty much everything, fleshing out characters and making it all better. But you know, you can't consume media like this. You can't go to a movie being expected to also have read the book to get the good parts from there and then enjoy just a bits of it put into actual movie form. So like you shouldn't need books, comics, music pieces, any storytelling and side activities to movies to be able to understand the movie and for the movie to be good. So the novelization of the first episode makes it so that it is, right? So it makes the first episode good because pretty much retcons the movie and tells you how it should have looked and why it's good there. And every time it's bad, that's what they do. They release a book writing everything that could fix anything wrong with the movie and telling now this is canon. So they did that with episode 9. We have a novelization of that, saying that the Palpatine on the Exarchon planet, Hexagon, is a clone himself, and Palpatine is somewhere off again still. And this is a terrible idea.
Another patrol heading down to the lower city, eh?
Yes, I'm wearing the Sith uniform, as you can see.
Down there. There's a big swoop gang war going on, you know. You better watch yourself. Those gangs
Sure.
will take a shot at anyone, even us. It's too bad we don't have the manpower just to sweep those slums clean.
Yes, hello fellow Sith guard. Experience points 50 for opening a fucking elevator. That should be your life, farming experience off of elevator rides. Going around fucking town, just riding elevators just to level up to level 20. Imagine life then. Right. So the movies, right? The movies, isn't that a meme now? Karth, lead the way, cause problems. Pigs are nothing but Bantha fodder. The Vulcans are strongest. We'll teach you who's strongest. Bam. With a stick. Good thing he killed him in one hit. Sith aren't welcome here. Well, you're not welcome here either, even though it's possibly your turf. But Karth will tell you what's up with that. Should I use flurry? Why the fuck not? You should have been using power shot, because that's better. Oh no, I've been hit with a stick. This time it didn't work as effectively as on those rando noobs. Right, when I'm gonna need all that defense I'm capable of utilizing without losing it for flurry. There we go, perfect. Pretty quick death. Good thing Karth is carrying us through those fucking combat encounters. Shock stick. That will allow us to open doors better. It's like a plasma torch. Right. So what's the deal with the movies again? If only I remembered. They're bad, yeah. Oh, right. So the deal with the movies is they brought George Lucas back in. The Bob Iger, or other Bob, being the boss of Disney now, said that forces female ideas of Caitlyn Kennedy can just go fuck themselves, along with Caitlyn Kennedy. Her with dreams can, you know, do themselves, as in sexually. There we go. See, it works here too. Perfect. Out of turn, out of sight, out of mind. Karth, you doing alright there? Are we standing too far away for the blaster to be accurate? They seem pretty accurate. Did we not lose? Oh, I don't. Hold on. Karth, you're supposed to be using the power shot to eliminate opposition quickly. There we go, that's better. Now, so George is supposedly coming back. Caitlyn has been removed because she's a cunt actually, and her ideas of not caring about the franchise ruined the franchise and also the company. So there you have that. You don't get to. That's important. Also, Rian Johnson's and JJ gonna be having troubles when it comes to that. Ruining the best franchise ever, or at least the biggest one, because that's the difference. George Lucas is supposedly being brought back. He's gonna be doing something about the other movies. Oh, could we just maybe, instead of wasting med packs, go back to our hideout? Yes. Oh no, no, it's fine. Yes, I can. I want to do that. Instead of, well, it's supposed to be continuing the franchise in a sense that it's not gonna suck anymore. Because you know, he at least should have enough like respect to his own work that he won't fuck it up like Caitlyn Kennedy did, and those directors. But other than that, what would you hope would happen? Because I thought about the movies and what would you do? Because they're terrible, right? Nobody wants to admit they're any good. Everyone wants the old canon back. And since there's that option, we're not gonna be talking to that droid because that's a waste of our options right now.
Ready.
Go on, cart. Carth, not cart. You're gonna be carrying us, but you're not a cart. The movies are terrible, nobody likes them, but what can you do to fix it? What I thought would be... You can eat... Oh, hello. No, I don't really remember by heart all the encounters in these parts of the game. Or any other, really. Yeah, perfect. That went well. Well, what could you do to fix Star Wars right now? So, because most of the movies right now are not good. And that's an issue for the Star Wars fans, who enjoyed Star Wars because of the expanded universe, which was good. So what do? Do you just make episode 10 and never ever mention episode 7 to... 7? Yeah, 7 to 9 ever again? Not in passing, not in anything, just never acknowledge it at all. And that's how you deal with the problem. You pretend like it doesn't exist until everyone else just agrees to this treatment. Or at least majority does. The important majority. Or would you rather the episode 10 started with some character waking up saying, "Oh, what a bad dream I just had," essentially making all the movies a fan fiction and dream and not really consequential to the reality in the universe? Would that be better? Because that's the option I came up with. The only two you could really feasibly use, I thought. But maybe, just maybe, they'll just hard restart it. Because could they? Would they? Should they? They could just hard restart all of it by making another Star Wars movie and pretending like it's episode 10 or whatever, and then you come to the cinema and it says episode 7 again. What would be your reaction? What would your reaction be? It would be better. It would be like, you know, these movies really are shit, but I don't know if that's a thing you would bother doing, like if that's a thing, if that's a smart thing to do, or even to consider, right? Let me know what you think about that, cause I would go with either with it was just all a dream, or just never talk about this ever again. Yeah, is there any last encounter here for us? Yes, so let's have that, add that, and that'll be it. That'll be it for this episode. We had a little bit of roleplay, not really much, unfortunately. We had some combat, so we could experience that. We figured out some mechanics, that we can just cheese healing and cheese combats, instead of wasting our turn for healing. So that's great. We got new movies that are HD that we couldn't show off because it's not a part where the movies are showing up. That opportunity is already gone. And we figured out that there is more options of obtaining the gear, the Sith uniform, than murdering those Sith soldiers. And I still don't care. Well, I care a little bit because it's another playthrough that I wasn't really aware of that option. But oh well. Pity, maybe another time. Maybe if I'll ever do a full playthrough of all side quests. So what is my level now? That'll be 4. I only got a response about alien voices, so that's what we're doing. But I didn't get a response about the minigames and the level up. And it's now the level up time. It's level 4 and I'll be gaining attribute points, which are important. So decide now whether I'm glitching it, whether I'm keeping it hardcore, or whether I'm just gonna cheat it in. Anyway, stay tuned, because I know you need more of those episodes, and so do I.